All right, I think we're live again. I'm not going to do the intro and everything this time. Welcome to Zadanza.
Yeah, let me close that out. Okay, well, 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 my bad. I think it was me, and probably was me, because I was fiddling around. You
Yeah, I
think
was just
I
sitting here
wouldn't be
without
able to
touching
hit the
any
end stream
controls.
button that easy?
This is the best streams we've ever
Hang on,
done.
okay, now I can hear you. There we go. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck happened. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.
Don't worry. Don't worry.
It's my bad, probably. And people are confused.
It's only the entire show. Don't worry. Don't worry.
Well, you know what? I'm having a shit week, and this is just a cherry on top right here. I'll tell you
Oh,
what.
so you're saying I don't get to be mean to you now?
Well, is
It's
that
all good. Let's talk about some Rome
okay?
boys.
You can decide my punishment. Do you think I need a punishment?
You have to go to Bear Woznick High School of Manliness.
I would subject no man to such a thing. That's undeserved. Oh, here, let me raise my input. Maybe.
Invalid statement. You're not a man until you finish.
Oh my god. Okay, I just made myself a little louder. Is my you were saying my camera feed was bad earlier? Is it okay right now? It looks okay on my
Oh
end.
yeah, it's all right now.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying
Oh.
your camera quality is generally better with your phone.
All right. Well, sorry, folks. Sorry. Okay, my bad. My
All
bad.
right.
You know what? It's that kind of
Curious
week.
said sorry about your Shastrix week,
Oh,
Dan.
it's
Hope it's
going
getting
real
better.
great right now. I fucking failed the certification I've been studying for work. And you know what? Part of that's not my fault, and I won't get into reasons why. But it feels bad, man. Feels bad. And a
I'm
bunch of
sorry.
other shit happened this week. So anyway, whatever. We're here now. Let's focus on the fucking positives. It's also 15 minutes into our stream. So I have a website. Let's just dive right in.
No, it's 2.5 minutes into our stream.
You know what?
I'm just trying to think
You know
positive.
what? That hat of yours is turning you
Mhm.
into a different person. It's like Jim Carrey's The Mask situation. I'm not
Or
comfortable with the
Heisenberg.
way you're like Heisenberg. Yeah, you're Zodenberg right now.
This is me from
Dan,
now on.
we
Sorry.
have to stream. Oh no. What's the equivalent? You have like a brother-in-law that's in ICE instead of the DEA.
Oh God.
Wait, we can.
To paraphrase Jordan Peterson, if anybody in your family or extended family is a member of ICE, that's something that could have maybe been stopped by moral behavior. A series of choices led to that situation.
Yeah, that could be something. Oh man,
Milady.
I like the Breaking Bad extended universe of Sedanza. We could really suss this out, I think.
Oh, hang on one
Uh,
second.
okay.
That viewer of
Mhm.
ours sent us, I'm not going to show their address on stream,
Yep.
a video called The Final Battle. I don't know what that is, but thank you. I don't know how much name I'm supposed to say and stuff. So if you're cool with me saying your name and everything, let us know. But
Yes.
thank you for sending that.
A
Uh,
a viewer asked me if they could send it to me, and I told them I don't have a disk drive anymore. But you know who probably does? Zod. So
so I don't know if you can see oops. I don't know if more of your name was on than you wanted, but you can see it was your name with my address on it.
yeah. So that's great. That's really funny. Yeah. So now we have more things. I'm told it's a really bad Christian movie that we need to watch. So, maybe we can show clips from it probably.
Yeah,
Um
that sounds fantastic.
anyway, okay, Rome boys. So, why am I talking about this? Who are these people? I think I
That's
mentioned
what I
this,
was
but
wondering.
well, so here's the thing. I was driving to Abilene, right? And I see this billboard advertising a podcast called The Rome Boys. I'm like, what the hell is this? So I've been wanting to talk about these guys for a while. And as we'll find out, Zod, there's not just one billboard, but like a dozen billboards across Texas advertising these guys, even though they really don't get that many views. So something fishy is definitely going on here with the Rome boys. But let's have them introduce themselves. Yes.
With all that promotion and all those billboards and everything, and this being their website, they had every choice of how to dress.
That's right.
Pose.
That's right.
And this is how
well, John, they're just young lads. These are just some boys, some innocent boys here, right? This is just the boys. Don't mess with them. By the way, this is how I found out about Bear Woznick, because he was a guest on the Rome Boys. So at first we wanted to talk about Rome Boys, but then I got into the Bear Woznick rabbit hole. And so if we have time later, which I'm not sure now because our timeline got fucked up, but we have an interview from the Rome Boys with Mr. Woznick. So we'll watch that. But let's see what these guys are all about. Let's see what these beautiful boys are here to teach us.
One other thing I just have to say. They really missed an opportunity to spell it Rome Boys with a Z. I feel like that would have just
true. But these are good, innocent, Christian, wholesome boys. They would not sort of profligate the English language like that. I think they would they didn't want to spell it the Lord's intended way.
Okay.
Right? These are, again, good, wholesome boys. Let's see what they have to say for themselves.
Welcome back to Rome Boys.
Oh, here we go.
Welcome to the Rome Boys channel.
Hi, I'm Tony, the theologian.
I'm Joe, the farmer.
And I'm Chris, the entrepreneur.
Welcome to our page as we try to spread the gospel and evangelize and kind of get out there in the world and spread the good news.
And we're on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, and Instagram, so check us out there. We came together to share the gospel and join in the discussion. We hope you'll join us.
So in the meantime,
be bold,
be real,
be Catholic.
God bless.
Truck. Love that. Oh yeah. That's it, baby.
That looks like it sucks. Sorry, not to be judgy, but
you don't think
sure
this is quality fucking entertainment, huh? I'm sorry. Who are you going to for your Roman Catholic news? Are you going to the Rome girls for that? The what's the Rome?
I go to news for things I care about is usually my approach.
The Carthage girls? I don't know. Anyway, this is you know why you don't like this? This is a podcast for real manly men. And
yeah, I can tell due to the manly men that are on the show.
Right. I mean, these guys are great, right? I mean,
I wouldn't want to meet those manly men in a dark alley.
Well, look, yeah, I know, right? Yeah. It's funny you say that. We'll talk about something.
They would politely try to seduce me.
Yeah, I do like how the first thing on here is support the boys, support them. We can get them on Patreon or PayPal. What are they doing on Patreon? They got that public? No, they don't. Okay. 71 members though, so not nothing. 71. But as you'll see, well, actually, we'll talk about it right here. They have this thing on the website here talking about, of course, today's reading, whatever. They have this thing about these billboards. And so let's read about this. It says, supporting Rome Boys, empowering faithful evangelism. The Rome Boys are on a mission to spread the gospel through various channels, including impactful videos, engaging social media posts, enlightening talks, enriching pilgrimages, and eye-catching billboards. We've proudly erected numerous billboards across Texas and even one in California, with several exciting projects in the pipeline, both temporary and permanent. Your generous donations are greatly appreciated and are tax deductible. If you have any donations or would like to support our mission, please don't hesitate to get in touch with us. Your support empowers us to continue our mission of spreading the word, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so I don't know if you've checked. Billboards are fucking expensive, right? Like, billboards are not cheap. You know how much
they don't have them in Alaska, so I'm not an expert.
Well, I'm just saying they're not cheap, right?
Yeah.
How much does it cost to erect a billboard, I looked it up. In California, if you want to do one in Los Angeles, it can cost $17,000 a month. Sometimes even
Holy
more than that. And they have like
buckets.
several. Right? And that figure might not even be accurate. It may even be more than that. I don't know. That's just a number I found. But how do you support this? Because if you go to their channel, let's see, if I click this, will it no, it opens up a new look, yeah, if we go share this tab instead. There we go. Thank you, StreamYard. Here's the channel, Rome Boys. 23,000 subscribers. And look at their view count. They got their last video, a month ago, 113 views.
That's embarrassing.
47 views here. 97, 30, 29, 324. So look, here's them talking about this billboard they set up. How are they paying for this? Right?
Donations.
That's fucking weird, right?
It's the same model as like all the apologetics channels and all that stuff. I think I've said this 1,000 times. It's all about people donating. Nobody wants to watch you, but they just want to give to the cause. That's why they have thousands of subscribers and nobody watching.
Do they have a deal where they just take it up where nobody else wants to pay for a billboard? Because how do you do this? How do you advertise? And how do you amazing that you can put that many billboards and still have this little views, by the way. Partly because their billboards suck. You can kind of see in this one, actually. Let's click on one because I think this kind of shows you what it looks.
Welcome back to Rome Boys. This is Tony.
That's
million last
every teacher.
Yeah,
they're
Tony the teacher.
Great.
That's right. Live for me, I died for you. And then look, they even have it in Spanish, and it just says RomeBoys.com. Like, it doesn't tell you what it is. I don't know what product and or service I'm engaging in. I would look at that on the highway and be like, oh yeah, that's just some guy telling me to be a Christian, right? So I don't know.
Well,
what the strategy
I mean,
is.
it could be that we're getting the thought process backward. Like maybe I don't know. It's hard to tell how conscious all the thinking is, but I think in large part, they might think this is evangelizing on some surface level. But I think deep down, the operational mindset behind this is putting all these things up rallies a lot of people behind you and helps you with fundraising. I think that's really, all this stuff is an investment. And in Texas, it looks like you can put up billboards for as little as a couple $100 a month or something. So
yeah,
maybe they just keep putting these up in the cheapest ass rural places they can and taking pictures, pointing at it, and it gets people rallied behind them and giving them money. I don't know.
Yeah, probably. People were saying that one I just showed looked like a mock-up. Here's a picture of him in front of it, and I know this is real because I saw one in real life. That's how I found these guys, and I was so curious. But yeah, here's one. Jesus, I trust you, and then it just says Rome Boys. It's just like, what are you doing? What?
Yeah, I guess the Jesus I trust in you thing, that's all just noise to most people.
Yeah.
And especially if they're putting these up in rural places, everybody's gonna be a Christian already. But they're probably like you. People see Rome Boys and like, hey, what's that? And they go look it up. And
I guess so, but I'm not I mean, even then I still wasn't fucking interested, right? Like, I don't give a shit. I care because I can stream about it and talk about it with people, but I would not seek this information or content out in my own time, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know what's going on here. But they have more stuff on the website. So here it is. What is going on here? I love this part. It's like right at the bottom of the website because that's what you want. You want it right at the bottom. It says, so often times we are called to do things that may not make sense in the moment. Rome Boys began from that same spirit of faith without knowing where the journey would take us. Like Peter and Andrew on the shore of the Sea of Galilee, the three of us were called to do more to share our faith. Rome Boys was born from the calling of Jesus. That might sound cliche, but it is bold, real, and true. In all caps. We are humbled every time we are in front of the camera or behind a microphone. The call to communion and fellowship with those who have been inspired to seek God with all their hearts is real in our lives and made known through the power of media. Join us in the journey to seek Jesus. guys.
Why did they say BORNE for born? From
I
the flower
noticed
of
that
peace?
too. What's up with that spelling? Are they British?
And you're sticking up for they're two different words. One means like born, like give birth, and the other means like to carry something.
Yeah, you're right. I don't know, but it's like got you're three white guys doing a podcast. You know, it's not the most bold fucking thing in the world. I'm sorry. It's it's fine. People have been doing it for a little while now, guys.
We're
It's
gonna
not,
think way outside the box.
I know.
We're gonna put up Jesus billboards and start a podcast where we talk to
Yeah.
priests and shit. Okay.
I guess the billboard thing rather is a bit novel,
Really?
but like how many
Putting up
billboards have you seen for podcasts? I haven't seen any.
Well, not necessarily podcasts, I guess, as such, but still putting up Jesus themed stuff with like your little branding to steer. It's kind of like the
You're
Keith
right.
Ethos
Yes,
thing.
that's not true. I never seen it for a fucking podcast, especially one that gets 100 views, if that, an episode. Again, not shaming small time creator stuff. If you like what you do, you're passionate about, that's fine. It's just the billboard thing makes me think that there's like something shady going on. I don't know.
No, if you have a couple hundred subscribers and a small number of people watching your stuff, good for you. You're going out and doing your thing. If you have 20,000 subscribers and 150 people watching your stuff, you maybe need to think about your life, or you're operating on more of a money raising scheme than actually trying to grow a viewer base.
Well, they got one called "Let's Talk About Immigration." Yeah, that's what I want to hear about. Three white guys talking about immigration from the Catholic perspective.
Really,
yeah,
you want to hear us two white guys talking about immigration from the atheist perspective?
True. Yes, that's 100% true. But also, like, I'm pretty sure these guys got a bigger Patreon than we do, right? So,
well, and really, it's not about how white you are. I mean, you want to not just be a couple. You don't want to just white splain, but it's how shitty you are about it.
Yeah, that I don't think that stopped them from trying their best, right? They're gonna give their opinion out for free.
It remind me of Holmes called it. They're definitely Nazis.
Yeah. Newsletter page and events page completely blank. Love that. Very cool. Yeah, let's check out more about the so let's look at this about page. You want to know the lore about these Rome boys, these Roman Catholic boys? They have bios.
Please.
They have
Yes,
bios,
please.
and it's kind of like X-Men. Here, let's do some zoom so everybody can see better. Okay. About the Rome Boys. Rome Boys is a Catholic YouTube show where we talk about various topics from 3 different perspectives.
Wait, that's one perspective per person.
That's right. That's good value if you think about it. Tony Frasco. Tony is the theologian. I love that they gave themselves little titles like they're fucking Marvel characters, and has a BA and MA in theology, and was in the seminary in Denver, Colorado for a while. Tony,
he was in the seminary.
He was in the seminary for a while. Good description.
That is you could have just left that part out and this would have sounded so much better.
Yeah. What does that mean? He was there for like a year, like 2 years. They probably didn't want to say that. He was in there for a while. Tony is proudly married.
Maybe the next sentence explains it. He's married.
Yeah. Tony is proudly married to an ex-high school mascot, Go Rangers, with 7 children. Gotta love the Catholics. And author of the book Reflection of the Sun. That's Sun with an O. Tony's latest adventure is becoming a licensed professional counselor. Good for him. Back in the books once again for this theologian, and we know he will use these new gifts and talents to help make the world a better place. That sentence kind of didn't make sense, but good for him for being licensed, I guess. Yeah, that's Tony for you. We got Joe Mathiasen. Joe is the farmer and provides a down-to-earth approach. I like that. Down to earth because he's a farmer. You get it? You get it, Zod?
Yeah, I do.
Because he's a farmer.
I hate it. I absolutely hate it.
Yeah, I don't like it. Joe provides a down-to-earth approach, humor, and is your everyday Joe. That's the whole sentence. But wait, yeah. Joe is the farmer and provides a down-to-earth approach, humor, and is your everyday Joe.
That sentence structure eats ass. That makes me mad.
Hey, at least it's not AI. It's not AI because it's kind of ass, right?
Yeah, AI would have no part in that sentence.
Yeah. Joe is proudly married with 5 children, teaches OCIA and CCD. Those are Catholic things, by the way. I know CCD is anyway. That's like the Catholic. That's like you can teach Catholic doctrine, I think. I don't know what the other one is.
Joe is proudly married with 5 children, teaches. I bet this farmer wrote this paragraph all by
No,
himself.
don't say that about Joe. I think it was the theologian. I think that fancy learning didn't do him no good writing.
But he was in he's in theology. He was in seminary for a while.
Look at this. Yeah, he was for a while. Probably because he got kicked out because of his writing skills. Joe is proudly married with 5. Oh wait, no, I read that. Sorry. Joe doesn't admit it, but he's also a pony rancher. You wouldn't want the fellas to think anything less of him for being a pony rancher. You know?
That sounds like a slur for being girly in Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah, pony rancher.
It does. Holy shit, it does. New gay slur unlocked, bro. Pony rancher.
I hear Joe's a pony rancher.
Why does that work? We can't. Why are we inventing new ways to be homophobic? That's amazing. Oh my god. He says they're his daughters, but we know better. oh, that Joe.
Wait, what?
Joe is yeah.
Oh, are the ponies his daughters?
That he says they're his daughters. Don't think about it too much. So I just don't think about it.
Okay, at first I thought this was referring back to his 5 children all of a sudden. He says they're his daughters. You don't know what his wife's up to.
Oh my god, that's so much better. He has 5 kids. He says they're not his. But we know better.
Well, because this part I mean, the last reference I heard was 5 children, and then he says they're his daughter. We know better. And the thing is, you don't make the connection to ponies, number one, because that's fucking stupid. But then number 2, he never actually mentioned ponies as such. He just says he's a pony rancher, and then says there's no pronoun reference there. So
yeah, I get it. Damn. Someone says he's a clopper for sure. I'm so glad I know what that is.
I don't, to be honest.
You don't?
Mm-mm.
That's My Little Pony shit.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
bronies.
that's some. Yeah, if you like ponies, that's what that means. Yeah, if you're into ponies. Anyway, okay, let's get back to this. Joe also is our behind the scenes media extraordinaire, leading, editing, videography, and studio equipment management. Man, every sentence is just crazy. Joe is passionate about apologetics, so sharpen your protesting skills wisely when challenging Joe's faith. You might get Aquinas.
Dude, you got Aquinas.
This guy just got Aquinas, bro. Awesome. I love that. Oh, Catholics. That's great. Joe offers his media expertise at the men's Acts retreat annually, but is really in his element when he's leading the teen Acts retreat.
Oh, no, please don't say that.
Yeah, that's the thing. Chris Martin, not related to, fucking, wow, I can't remember the band, Coldplay, not related to Coldplay, I guess, just a guy named Chris Martin. That's unfortunate.
He really has a natural smile.
I get it. It's like that actor named Michael Jackson that's on the Trailer Park Boys. You know what? I get it. It's your fucking name. I get it. You don't change it. Chris is married with 6 daughters. They don't have so many fucking kids.
Or that's what he claims anyway.
As far as we know. But I between these 3 guys, they have a small army. You understand? They have an entire classroom. They have a public school classroom between the 3 of these guys. I don't know. That's wild. Chris is married with 6 daughters, is the entrepreneur, businessman, owning and operating 19 companies, and has been dubiously called the brains of the operation.
Whoever's
Okay.
writing this shit should be dubiously
What,
called.
yeah, what is this writing? Like, this is bad from a just being an adult perspective, right? Like, I would be embarrassed if I had this on my website. I don't know. Yeah, so I don't know if he's the brains. Maybe he wrote this. Chris is a convert to the Catholic faith, teaches OCIA, spent some years in youth ministry, and worked as an employee for the Catholic Church as DRE and Swiss Army knife for whatever father needed.
Oh, that
What?
sounds bad.
What does father with a capital F, by the way? And even considering the fact that he's a Catholic, that's weird. Outside of the Catholic faith, that's fucking weird, right? What does that
Yeah.
mean? Whatever father needed. Okay. Interesting choice. Chris is now serving on parish council, KFC recorder, and a proud member of Legatus's Fort Worth chapter. Okay. Don't know what
You
any
know,
of that
in fairness, maybe they figured nobody would read this part of the website.
is. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, nobody's gonna read the about me. You know, look at these boys, just having a good time. You know,
Just
they
dudes
used
being
to
bros.
having a gay old time. They would say back in the day. You know, love that for them with their necklaces and stuff.
You know, you live in Texas.
Somebody's
You better hope
kid.
the Rome boys don't come beat you up.
Yeah. I want to know what I sent him an email asking if I could talk to him, and they said we'd get back to you, and they never did. So I reached out. I want to know more, but they won't tell me. Anyway, I think all these are blank, right? Oh no, there's stuff on here, but it's not new. It's from 2023. And experience the transformative power of faith with the Rome boys. Exciting news. Our recent Italy pilgrimage was a blessing, and now we invite you to join our upcoming transformative journey. Stay tuned for updates on our social media platforms. Let's embark on this remarkable journey together. Support our mission by contributing impactful. Support our mission by contributing to our impactful 5 Jesus I Trust in You billboards. Well, they got 5. Connect with us on YouTube and social media for daily inspiration. Mark your calendars for upcoming events, including the Eucharistic Congress to the Heights Young Adult Conference. Wow. I can't fucking wait for that. That sounds incredible.
I will guarantee you a different person wrote that than wrote their bios.
You think so? Yeah, probably so.
Oh, absolutely.
They also have merch. We'll look at that. I don't think there's anything else really on the site to look at, and then maybe we can look at part of some of their videos. Oh, I guess they got
Andre Pio
Hanging with the Saints.
hanging with the saints.
Hanging with the Saints. I don't know what that is. I have not
That's the
seen
most
that.
Catholicism wow thing I've ever heard.
Yeah. Yeah.
Got
this is interesting choice.
reverence.
Got reverence. That's cool. People are still doing got milk jokes, right? That's a thing. But of course they got a shop, and you know what? It looks a lot like Mr. Bear's shop. So maybe they're doing the same thing here. Do you want a Rome Boys pillow? I'll get it for you for Christmas if you want. You can trust the quality. You know, it says it right there.
I think we should
Yeah.
suggest an idea for their
Yeah.
merch. T-shirts, pillows, everything that say Pony Rancher.
Pony Ranger. It should be one of those things where it's like, you know, on Facebook where they're like, my dad's crazy and born in November and also a Pony Rancher or something, right? Like one of those with like the big text and like a wolf graphic. I'd be down for that. I don't know. Some good stuff. Do you want to check out the Rome Boys YouTube channel?
Oh, please.
Do you want to hear these boys talk about Rome?
Yes.
And all of its facets. Share this tab.
You know, nothing bad comes from people who are obsessed with Rome.
Yeah, no, that's 100% true, actually. Throughout all of history. Actually, you know, I did have the tab open. I need to find it again now. Let's go to that interview with Mr. Bear. We can get a little crossover episode going on.
Oh yeah.
As soon as
I'm hankering for some bear.
You want some of that bear, that good bear?
Yes.
I love that. I love that for you. I'm glad you know what you want. Bro, where is he? Hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on.
Turning a
I
bear
know how to
loose on
find
a
this.
pony ranch.
Control F Manly. Manliness. Where have all the cowboys gone? Part 1. Oh, that's him giving his little speech. Which I
Oh
think,
yes, we got to get to that at some point.
yeah, we'll talk about that for sure. Wow, I'm not seeing it. Let me type in. Oh no, there it is. This video is called "Calling All Real Men, Time to Man Up." I think this is it.
Track of
Yes, it is. Okay, folks, this is the great Bear Woznick that we talked about 2 weeks ago, and looked at his amazing website full of just how would you describe it? The straightest content on the internet, I think. Like very, very straight, very heterosexual.
I will
Right?
say that once you guys look at Bear's shirt, you'll never stop looking at it.
Yeah, there's something going on there. Yeah. I don't, it's not picking up my mouse, but there's something going on. You know where I'm pointing.
Like the Grinch's heart, his shirt is a few sizes too small.
It's coming out. That's the look, okay? That's the look. Now one thing that I gotta give the Rome Boys credit for that we don't do is that they do have timestamps in their in their fucking YouTube video thing. So it makes me click around a bit easier. I do know where some of the interesting stuff is at. So we can let's talk about men and women, huh? And maybe that's a good place to start.
Oh, please, yes.
I don't
Okay,
think
great.
God would spit it out because it's not lukewarm.
God swallows.
yes, right.
That's
I
a great
respect
way
it.
to
I mean,
start.
Well, I mean, I saw something earlier this week that said, if they were to bring back the draft in the light of everything that's going on in the world right now, with wars and all this stuff, if they were to bring back the draft, would we really want this generation fighting for us?
I think they would man up. I think. I hope so.
Think so?
good.
That's
Yeah.
hopeful.
Well, especially because half of them would be women, so that'd be good.
Okay,
It is.
well,
Kind
there
of,
you go.
I'm Ukrainian, and it is interesting how.
Isn't that great? hey, asshole. There's women serving in the military right now, you fuckhead. There's women that died for this country, you prick. What are you talking about?
I thought
What do you
I thought that
mean?
was I thought that was kind of stupid, some kind of stupid ass trans thing or something.
That might be it, but even so, it's still an insult to women, isn't it? I mean,
Yeah.
what do they have to anyway?
All this woke thing and men and women are the same type thing. But as soon as the war broke out in the Ukraine, it was the women and the children that got on the cars and the trains and headed west. And it was the men that went to
have
fight.
it both ways.
Yeah.
All these women that say, well, we want to be equal with men. Well, does that mean you want to be able to be conscripted and be in the draft? And it really does underline the fact that there's a big difference between men and women. Men just think differently. Most men just think differently. They're
Maybe being equal
they're
to
the
men
greatest-
means you want equal rights, not that
Yeah,
you think-
maybe it means all the cool shit, Maybe there should be a fucking
Well,
draft.
Well,
I don't know.
if women want to vote, then why can't they pick up as much as I can?
Yeah, really. Like, oh God. These guys, they're real scholars, these guys. They just really figuring this out. I'm sure they've talked to a lot of feminists about this and have a really deep and nuanced understanding of the issue.
the greatest. I was telling my wife the other day, there's two things. My wife is so wonderful. She's a cowgirl, she was a cowgirl in Florida, barrel racing woman.
He loves those
full of grace.
cowboys.
But I think there's two things that men really want their woman to bring to them, and that's the way a woman shows love for a man is to respect him, and then to bring peace into his life. And that's kind of a classic thing for a woman to do, because a real man should be out there battling, providing for his family and coming up with.
I just want to point out this man owns a tax business. Okay, that's his day thing, as far as I know. What battles are you fucking fighting, Bear? What are you doing? Are you out in? I'm sorry, I didn't realize you were out in Ukraine right now. Did you volunteer to fight in Ukraine? No. Is that what you're doing? What are you battling? Who are you battling? The IRS? What's going on?
This is as old as time. Men these days aren't manly enough anymore. If I was there, I'd blah 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 blah.
Yeah. There's some other good ones in here. I'll let this
I
one
mean,
play just
you
a little
take those,
longer.
you
Oh,
throw those
need to-
homeboys into battle. All of a sudden, they'd piss themselves, and that's not.
Yeah,
That's not an insult to them. Most of us would. You know what I mean? That's just human nature.
yeah.
But they're just sitting here talking like they're so tough, and we need. Most of the people who went over in World War II, they weren't like always manly men, and that was a shock for them. That was something they really
threw
had to adapt to.
18-year-olds in there, sometimes younger. I mean, yeah, it was ridiculous. Yeah, but yeah, no, that's what we should aspire to be, obviously.
Do their sports or go to a Christian school, and but men should be out there waging war, and they need a woman that will respect their effort, respect them, affirm them is a better way to say it, and then who brings peace and not chaos into their life.
Men need to
And
be
I'm the
waging
luckiest.
war.
I'm so fortunate because Cindy, she affirms me sometimes with just surprising ways. She'll just affirm me, and then there's so much peace in my life. You know where she's going right now? She's going to Starbucks to get me a coffee with iced coffee. Because she sees I've been working really hard and I might need to pick me up. So yeah,
There you go.
Yeah. But we need for
Jesus.
Bear, when I need to pick me up, I go to the coffee machine and grab myself a cup of black drip coffee like a fucking man.
Yeah, or I go to the fridge and get a fucking Red Bull. You know, I think my wife doesn't need to make me a coffee unless she wants to. I don't know. What the fuck? Anyway.
So, Dan, how much would you bet that the movie 300 is on his top list of?
100%, brud. 100%. Yeah, absolutely.
The men need to be out fighting wars and the women need to be blah, 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 blah.
He loves that. He loves Spartacus. You know, yeah, he's all about that. 100%. Okay, so anyway, I think that's pretty much the end.
If a man wants to attract a woman like that in his life, you know, he has to be worthy of her. And I think this book challenges and encourages men. That's okay to be a man, you know. And
yeah, anyway, he's talking about his book. By the way, chat, this guy's book, 12 Rules for Manliness. I think it should be our next book read. I think after we're done with the Brad Stein thing, this one right here. That's my take.
Annoying newsletters. Do you like gladiator movies?
Oh, that's a sick airplane reference. Good job. That's awesome. Okay.
You need to really man up and be worth a woman who will make a coffee run for you.
Right, exactly. Yeah. If you want a woman to get you a coffee run for you, you know, like something you could fucking DoorDash, I guess.
Yeah. You know what I was gonna say? You know what's cheaper than a wife? DoorDash.
Yeah. Like, I guess I'm so glad your wife contributes meaningfully to your life by her getting you a fucking coffee. Like, that's great, man. Good for you. You know, it sounds like you guys both got what you wanted. But anyway, let's hear him talk. I skipped ahead. So this part is great. It's him talking about real men here, of course.
In the core of your book, you talk about real men build the inner man, build up your wife, build up your children and those around us. And when I was reading that, it just resonated like Rome Boys, you know, and what we started and how this has gone and what you've done through your whole ministry for all these years. And
yeah,
what did he just say? That was nothing.
Yeah, we build things like podcasts.
men have to build up your wife, build up and the Rome Boys.
The Rome Boys. Yeah, like us, guys. That's us. We build stuff. Motherfucker. Are you serious? You know how easy it is to start a fucking podcast? And literally anybody can fucking do it, man. It's not that hard. Yeah, it takes a little bit of planning to make it good, which
I mean, if I could point to one thing that a manly man would think that like wimpy men these days do, podcasts would probably be on that list.
Yeah, exactly. I love that shit. They're like, you guys are the equivalent of The View. You understand that? You're Whoopi Goldberg right now, like talking about your fucking opinions. Like, there's nothing manly about this, bud. And I'm saying this as a fucking podcaster. Okay. Like, I don't know.
But I mean, we do this stuff. Obviously, I mean, I'm stating the obvious, but we don't talk about how we don't have these stupid ideas for manly ideals.
Because like, who gives a shit? It's fucking. I don't do this shit because I'm like, yeah, I need to provide for my fucking wife by getting.
I mean, how many people are like, you know, kids these days don't even get jobs. They just want to be influencers.
Yeah, and then here they are. Being
I'm not saying that
influencers.
that's their opinion specifically, but that just shows how chaotic all these stupid ideals of what a man
Yeah, it's
be.
great.
How many
Yeah.
men and women you're talking about, how you've touched. And it's just amazing to look back and like, wow, God has done so much through.
Look at you guys.
all of us.
Yeah. It just you always people will go, well, I don't have a men's group in my church. Well, it takes you and two other guys, and that's what you guys are doing. But
Yeah,
Jesus,
yeah,
he wasn't a carpenter, they say he was a carpenter. The Greek word is teknon, which means builder.
Mhm.
And he probably worked more with rock,
Mhm.
or he probably would have taken Peter someplace and say, "You're wood and upon this foundation."
He probably would have worked with rocks.
To be a real man, you don't have to handle the rocks and the wood.
What is the implication here, that carpenters aren't fucking manly enough? No, he had to work with rocks, bro. What the fuck?
I was in a Bible study once that talked about this, about the history of it and how Jesus probably, who cares? We don't care.
Yeah, but it's like he's still building shit. Carpenters still build shit, right? They still work on shit. Who gives a fuck? Like
Sissy wood buildings.
Yeah, wood. It's not as cool as rocks. Jesus, he would have worked with rocks.
If there's one thing we on the Rome Boys can't stand, it's men who spend their days handling wood.
Imagine how funny would it fucking be if one of these guys was a fucking carpenter and he just like insulted him right there. Like what I don't know, man. What this pissing contest, it only gets smaller and smaller, right? It's like with Nazis, right? It's like, well, you may be considered white today, but then they might be like, oh, well, you don't have this purity. Like that's the same thing with this manliness shit. It's just like a continual pissing contest of like purity, of manliness, I guess. And I guess being a regular carpenter isn't good enough. Anyway.
Oh, you go to war with guns?
You should go to war with rocks, with like a slingshot. That's the manliest way to do it.
All right, sorry, go ahead.
Church, he was probably worked in rock. There's only one wooden built. I think there's one wooden house in Israel, and it's the prime minister's house. But there's no wood there.
You fucking idiot! You dumbass! The wood would be gone from Jesus's time.
I was gonna say the same thing.
There's only one wooden house in Israel.
He probably thinks that during medieval times, castles were actually just like bare stone the way they are now. That's because everything rotted.
It's true. They and the only reason I know about the fucking topography of Israel is because I used to work at a camp and they were like, oh, this is like the same as Israel. And they're right. Like it is like it's a lot of bushes. It's a lot of like, it's not like, kind of like American.
And these guys have no
forests,
need
right?
for bushes.
But they probably worked with some fucking wood. Okay. They probably did a little bit with some wood. I'm just saying.
Oh, and wow. So yeah, to be a builder and to leave a legacy and to build a family, it's in our nature. I mean, the first thing a guy does when he goes out in the woods, he's gonna, build. If you're in a survival mode, first thing you're gonna build a little lean-to or put up a tent and build a fire. It's just in our nature to do that.
Yeah,
but not a lean-to with fucking wood. Okay, only with fucking rocks. All right.
I love how he treats it as something profound. Where if you were stranded in the woods, you would want to get something over your head to stop rain from landing on you. It's like, yeah, that really speaks to the nature of men.
Yeah. What are women going to do? I guess not build a shelter. They thinks they're just gonna cry or something. Like, yeah, dumbass.
Women just sit there in the cold like a bunch of idiots.
Yeah, they're not like men. They're not building legacies like building lean-tos. Yeah.
Madam President Piggy sent a $3 super sticker. Thank you.
Thank you for that. I don't recognize that username in the chat, so
thanks. I believe they were in my stream of Tell Me Why last night.
Oh, nice. That's cool. Anyway, Madam Prez is probably a woman, so we really need to get her to quiet down so we can listen to the men talk here on this show. Sorry, I shouldn't say that after they gave $3. I am just joking, but Anyway, I'm going to keep going on.
Now we're gonna change our name to Rome Men.
Yeah.
Instead of boys.
Yes. Yeah.
They all
I
actually
really
laughed at
apprecited your
Yeah, they really thought that was great.
interview with and your conversation with Doug Barry. You know, he
That rookie.
just, I
I'm
mean,
going to skip ahead real quick.
It's cool.
yeah, indeed.
You talk about developing your own creed or your own code, your man code. Can you tell us more about how to do that, or developing your
Yeah.
own?
Well, I don't know. First of all, you can see behind me, there's a bookcase down below, the lower bookcase.
Yep.
That's all Louis L'Amour Westerns.
Nice.
I've got every one of his leather bound. When I was a poor young dad, I would get one of his books once a month, delivered to me. I was like Book of the Month Club with Louis L'Amour. And one of his quotes, John Wayne quotes, a lot of the Westerns were based on his books. His men were always striving for virtue, and the women were strong, which was very rare in those days for women to be portrayed like that. But in one of the movies that was based on his book, John Wayne says, a man's got to have a creed, a code he can live by. And I pondered that, and it's really two different things. The creed for me is that one sentence, maybe two, that defines you as a man and how God's wired you. Like, it's not just that the Apostles' Creed, like, to know, love, and serve God in this world, but the way God wired you. Like in mine, my creed is the most radical quest a man can pursue in life is to abandon himself to the wild adventure of God's will. Well, that's kind of the way God wired me,
That's great. I'm glad he wired you that way. That's not everybody's thing. Anyway, sorry, this isn't the clip I was
That's
thinking
just
of.
puffery. It doesn't mean anything. I
Yeah,
love this, by the way. David said, "Now, Roman would be a funnier name because it does sound like Roman."
It does. Sorry, this wasn't the clip I was thinking of, and it's boring. And so I'm going to skip ahead.
And also, I
But-
do want to acknowledge, I think somebody mentioned in the chat, John Wayne sucked ass.
Yeah, he brings up John Wayne a lot, and John Wayne is unironically a white supremacist. So
Yeah, he's terrible.
yeah,
I
he
do
sucks.
not like
And
John Wayne.
of course, you get your fucking cool guy shit from like fucking cowboy movies, man. He literally. Bear is obsessed with cowboys. I guess we'll talk about that later when we talk about that other video we want to look at. But like,
Also, I just want to point out, I mean, he pointed at his books and stuff. I assume he has a monitor. All the people talking to him can see him. Nobody's addressed this shirt situation yet. Like, I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
They're doing camera cuts. They've got like a lower third. Like they have some ability here, right? But like, I don't know. I guess they don't care. People are saying this is very rambly. Yes, I watched almost all of this entire thing, and I'm showing you the good bits. Trust me. And in this other video we'll watch, he also rambles quite a bit. So
Yeah, do you want to try to get to that pretty soon?
Yeah, I have like one or two more things from here,
Okay,
and then
go ahead.
we can switch.
Building. Once we started Rome Boys, spiritual warfare was not even on my radar, and then all of it. Once we started this, wow. And I don't think very many men realize we're in a battle, and if they knew we were in a battle, then my goodness, I think they would rise up and see. But so a lot of times, you say they're in defensive posture. We need to be in attack mode. I haven't heard that in very many circles from a lot of people, and that just makes me want to rise up and do something about it.
Yeah.
Praise God, and you guys are.
What do you want to rise up and do there, Mr. Rome man, Mr. Rome boy?
Yeah. This is just a lot of buzzwords glued together in kind of a frighteningly vague way.
Yeah, I don't know. Did you know we're in a battle, Zod? A battle of the minds.
People take a defensive posture, not an offensive posture. And that makes me just really want to rise up and do. Okay. You don't like how people talk about things. Like, I don't know.
I don't know.
It's just, it all comes down to this just vague pent up anger that people like this have that is probably driving most of what's wrong in our fascist shithole of a country today.
I agree. It's always about pissing people off about problems that aren't real. I mean, that's what a lot of this shit comes down to.
It's like, I'm so sad because back there, my books, I've got a 7-volume set by Warren Carroll on Christendom, which I've read through. And it's one of those books you outline, you underline every single word. And there was this one court general, Spanish general, that he talks about, and I lost track of who that was. I went back in and tried to find it. Probably didn't underline it, but he was known for only having wounds on the front of his body. He was so scarred up on the front, but not on the back, because he was always on the attack. And when Jesus said, I will build my church, speaking of building, and the gates of hell won't prevail against it. That kind of sounds like, it's not like gates attack people, you know?
Mm.
We're supposed to attack gates. And it was a great thing back in the Roman days to be the first one over the gate, over the wall, or the first one into the city. That's why Paul was so beautiful in the fact that he would brag on the fact that he was the first one let out of a basket over a wall. You know, he went the opposite direction, you know, but took great humility to say that. But we, you know, and when I would ride with the guys in the pack.
Anyway, yeah, he's scrambling
This
here.
is
But yeah,
just rambling on, and
I mostly wanted to talk about that fucking stupid gate metaphor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is just rambling on and on, not even saying anything. It's just general words that feel like manliness and bravery.
Yes.
Like,
yeah.
I feel like they're just disaffected with life and what it means for them now, and they're just jerking off to the idea of some kind of battle or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, he goes on these random stories. He talks about like him and his wife being in Hawaii, and I don't know, this nonsense stuff. I have one more clip I want to show you, and then we should go to this other video that we have.
Real quick before we do, somebody made a comment. My grandpa loved Louis L'Amour and owned a construction company. He always told his kids and grandkids to do what made them happy in life, not this fake masculine bullshit. I do want to say Louis L'Amour isn't terrible. Like I read some of his books when I was younger. Last of the Breed, I think, was one of my favorite books when I was younger, but I haven't read it in a while. But some of them are pretty cool. So it's not like Louis L'Amour is terrible. I think maybe if you take the whole bulk of his work, I don't know, maybe had a certain mentality to it. But I think it's what people do with it and how they idealize it.
I don't know anything about them. I have no opinion either way. But I do like this comment from Amanda the Spice Girl that says, I think I'm becoming non-binary with this video. And it's so funny you say that, because these guys always complain about fucking gender war bullshit, right? If anything, they're causing gender dysphoria, because they're like, no, in order to be a man, you need to be X, Y, and Z. And if you're like, well, I don't identify with that, that probably makes you feel like, I don't know, less of a fucking dude. Now, the reality is you shouldn't give a fuck about what these guys say. But you know, it's just fucking funny. Anyway, one more clip here, and then we'll move on to that other video.
Just, you know, as we have these conversations about being a man and being a protector, and it does remind me of, you know, these are the basics of being a man, and it reminds me of faith, but also reason. Like we can't just walk around thinking that everything's going to be okay, right?
Yeah.
We have to. We've got to man up. We've got to be prepared and ready for battle.
I thought you were going to say faith and works.
Yeah,
it works.
It's grit and grace, right? It's grit and grace. And like we said, for people like, oh, well, you know, I've got this terrible infection, but I'm not going to the doctor. God's going to heal me. That's not faith. That's presumption. So if you think you're walking down the street and you don't have to be aware, that's not faith, and that's not being loving. You know, one of the worst things you can do is be a victim of someone who's going to have to live with the fact that they messed you up for the rest of their life. You know, that's my wife in the background. She's packing because we're going to go to Montana in about.
Anyway, he starts to ramble there, but yeah, what do you think of this idea of, oh, you can't not go to the doctor because you're sick, because that's not faith, that's presumption. Because God.
But on the other hand, back in the day, real men didn't go to the doctor for every little thing.
Yeah, I'm very confused by that, because isn't that what people do all the time in the Catholic faith? Like, aren't they famously into like, let's pray to the saints so that they can heal me for this bullshit? Like, I don't know.
I don't know. Like, I don't know enough about Catholicism to know that they do that at the expense of going to the doctor. I would suspect that they do that less than, say, like charismatics or Pentecostals or whatever. But it feels like 90% of this is just a list of adjectives describing, you know, manliness, toughness, grit.
Yeah.
Bravery.
Grit and grace is great. I want like a towel that says grit and grace on it.
Honestly, I hadn't seen this video before tonight. I watched the other one we're about to do, but I'm just really blown away by just how it literally says nothing. I thought there was going to be some actual expression of what they expect men to do. This is just fluff words to make these guys, again, it's just jerking off to the general thought of being a man, or to just words surrounding that concept, even though they don't even articulate an idea. It's tedious.
Yeah, Mr. Plowcake saying he must have a thesaurus on that bookshelf. I agree. You have to if you're going to write an entire book about 12 whole rules for manliness, I guess. A lot of different ways to say man. Yeah. Man up, whatever the fuck that means, which I guess means go to the doctor when you're sick. So I don't know. Very, very strange. But yeah,
Annoying newsletter said thesaurus. Is that a gay dinosaur?
you might be interested if that's the case. But let's move on to that other video. Let me pull it up actually because I lost
By the way,
it.
out of context, if new people came into this, they might think we were just horribly homophobic. We're making fun of the people who are in this thing.
Oh yeah, I meant to say that at the beginning because like I don't know if people understood the vibe last time we talked about him. I don't give a fuck if this guy is gay. I give a fuck if he's an asshole.
Yeah.
And if he pretends like he's not gay and also saying the most homoerotic shit you've ever heard. But okay, I have this other tab. Let me share this. Okay. All right. So this is I guess a talk he gave called Where Have All the Cowboys Gone? And I guess this is about that book that he wrote called Where Have All the Cowboys Gone? It's also ranty, and I haven't seen a whole lot of this, but Zod found a part of this that's really great, and I kept watching it, and it gets like better and better. So we're gonna start from that part. It's about 8 minutes into this talk. And again, a choice with the shirts on this one, keeping that top button unbuttoned. Okay.
I think he's
That's
trying
how
to
you
put off the
know.
island vibe. He's from Hawaii.
He's from Hawaii. He loves talking about being from Hawaii, you know, as you'll see here. But yeah, he's very much interested in that. Drinking his Fiji water. I see him. Okay. I guess he couldn't drink from the tap. He's not man enough to drink from the tap. He's gonna have the Fiji. Anyway.
The words are, where is my John Wayne? Where is my prairie song? Where is my happy ending? Where have all the cowboys gone? And that's the subtitle of the book, Where Have All the Cowboys Gone?
Yeah, so he literally got it from the song.
When I go into events where there's men and women, we can't even get out of the car before we're surrounded by women of all ages saying, you got to tell our men we need for them to be men again. You know, men are men are made out of mud. The woman.
Wait, he's gonna fuck this up. But I love this idea of, oh yeah, you need to tell all the men to become manly, right? Like, yeah, go do that. Yeah, that's a thing for sure.
And this, I'm sorry, are we not going to call a little bit of bullshit on this story? Everywhere we go, women run up saying, "Our men need to be more manly. Can you make our men more manly?"
please make him more manly. He's starting it to. I don't know. There's a lot of things they could do with that, but. I mean, what does that mean?
549 said, I cut my hand and only drink grain alcohol.
Yeah.
You know what that's
like,
reference to, right?
Yes, I do get it. Thank you.
Okay.
I didn't get it at first, and now I get it. Is the idea what they need to go to the gym more? That's probably what they mean, right? They're not lifting, they're not deadlifting. I need to get my man deadlifting in the gym or something. I don't know. I feel like that's more realistic than whatever the hell this is. People are loving the hat sod. You know,
Thank you guys.
It's making you're turning into this I still like the idea you're an alternate sort of character. This is Dawes, Prophet of Dawes, the sort of sinister cousin.
With tears in their eyes, they say, "Sir, please
make your husband's cowboys."
A woman came up to me, big woman, strong woman, tears streaming down her face.
Strong woman, the strongest woman you've ever seen, folks. And they said, "Please." Please, Mr. Bear, please make our women strong. And I told her we're going to do it. We're going to make them all strong. That's what they're going to say. They're going to remember me for being the cowboy president. That's what they're going to say. Oh, it's so funny. All right. Watch him fuck this up, by the way. He's going to fuck this up, and he's going to fuck up this next thing even funnier, I think.
Comes from our men again. You know, men are made out of mud. The woman comes from his rib. They're more highly distilled, I've heard someone say. They're this beautiful but powerful people, but they need their men to be willing to have the grit and the rawness and the realness to lead the family. So I'm going to have to keep my glasses on or I'll skip ahead of things.
So
Like a real man, I can't read without glasses.
yeah, did you catch that? I guess men are made of mud and women are distilled. So they're powerful, but they don't have the grit. They don't have the rawness.
He doesn't even say
Yeah.
they don't have the rawness. There's just no explanation whatsoever. He's just taking a bunch of, he kind of like does that thing that Christians like to do to praise women to like cover up the fact they're being sexist. So like women are a more distilled version, but he just pivots straight from that to they need men to be gritty. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
whatever.
I love the smacks. The onomatopoeia of the smack pow puck mobile is very powerful. I agree. That's a rhetorical technique. I don't know if you guys know this, but yeah, you should smack into the microphone just like he did, and really gets people going for sure. Hey, we'll keep going here.
So we need men. So the cowboy, John Wayne said, you are born a boy, but you got to become a man. It's something you grow into. And I wanted to be tough like these cowboys. Have you guys heard the saying, tough times make for tough men? I think it goes, hard times make for hard men. Hard men make for soft times, right? The men are tough and they establish and they make a world that's easier for those that they love. Hard times make for hard men. Hard men make for soft times. Soft times make for soft men. And soft men make for hard times. I think we've gone through that.
Did you catch all that? Did you get that info? Hard times make hard men. Okay? He said that twice, so you know that's important. Really interested in that hard man, I think. Right?
I mean, the saying is stupid to begin with, obviously. People just adapt to whatever time. And so now we have certain kinds of intelligence that they didn't have back then, including emotional intelligence. That's, all that. But
yeah,
the whole saying just depends on the wordplay and the cadence of the whole thing. And it doesn't really work if you fuck it up and then even stopping to explain it. That just works best if you just let it be what it is. I don't know.
The reason why I know about this quote is because fucking Elon Musk tweeted it. And so I wonder if he read that from fucking Elon and was like, yeah, that's awesome. That's so cool, actually.
I don't know.
He strikes me as the kind of guy that would follow Elon Musk on that. Yeah, everybody in the chat's going crazy for it. I know. The jokes write themselves, ladies and gentlemen. The jokes write themselves,
David said he certainly recited it.
He definitely did. He definitely did. Confused men make for confused times. That's also true. Yeah, another thing that I love showing people who've never heard Elon Musk speak before in their lives what Elon Musk sounds like speaking, because he's the most dog shit public speaker you've ever seen in your life. And it's pretty bad. Oh, another donation from Madam President Biggie. Thank you so much for the $2 and saying, I was late. Did they already do a Walter Black joke? They mean Walter White, I guess.
Maybe I'm dressed in black.
Yeah, maybe you're Walter Black. And also you're like see-through right now. I don't know. Was that happening earlier?
I'm not see-through, am I?
Oh no, I'm dumb. That's my background. I thought it was going through you for a second. Never mind. Anyway. Ignore me. Yeah, so anyway, this is dumb. Let's keep going.
Time where tough men made things easier for us. And we got soft. And so I don't know where you think we are on this, but I think in the scale of 1 to 4, we're at that place where soft men are making for tough times. If you look around us in the United States, that's what I see. But I think looking at the men in this conference, the soft men have made for soft times, but these men are tough men, and we're going to tough times create tough men, and it's time for us to be tough. It's time for us to go to the front of the line and be ready for battle. And that starts on your knees, right? It starts in spiritual warfare. The generation.
Let's be clear. We need to get hard men. You understand? And it starts by getting on your fucking knees. Oh shit! Oh, it's so fucking good.
Why does anybody watch this guy? Like he sucks.
The soft times, the hard. It takes soft. It takes hard men. Hard men to do soft things for hard times.
A soft hand makes for a hard man.
A soft hand makes for a hard man. And when you're on your knees, that's when times get hard. Everybody at this conference, I've seen all these men. He loves talking about men, by the way. I think I forgot to show a clip where he's just talking about the Rome boys. He's like, I just love hanging out with these guys, these men. He's talking about the men at this conference. I'm just saying he's very much interested in the state of men around him. That's all. You know? Particularly hard men. He wants to know if men are hard or soft.
There's all the double entendre and stuff like that, but just what really baffles me, like he just I'm not trying to insult him because he sucks at speaking. It's awful.
No, it's bad. Yeah,
like I don't know that I would just be a great speaker if I stood on a podium and without a really structured thing to talk about, but like I would be better than this. And
I know.
Apparently crowds come to watch him talk. Why?
Yeah, for way too long. This video is way too long. But no, did you hear earlier he was like at some point, like on a scale of 1 to 4, he was like, I don't know if on a scale of 1 to 4, how you feel about that. Talk about whether men are hard or soft. Like, where did this fucking scale come from? What are we doing? It reminds me of like the Samoa Joe thing, like, you know, where he's like, you got a 33rd and a 1/3% chance. You know, it's like like that shit. I don't know. It's fucking funny though.
Grows up feeling that they're owed a comfortable life. They're coddled and nurtured by their parents, their school, and the government, protected from consequences for not realizing until it's too late that to the degree that you are taken care of is the degree to which you lose your freedom. And in time, that safe place that we all hear about that's provided for them is really just a personal prison for them. The modern soft man takes offense at whatever the new fad is to take offense.
Can I say too, you can't really see probably in the video, but if you zoom in, he's got that, what was that, sapphire necklace on?
Yeah.
Going on. The cowboys wear sapphire necklaces?
Probably.
I don't know. Somebody made a comment earlier, does he realize that most cowboys were black and Latino? I don't think he knows or cares about real cowboys. I think he gives only a shit about like John Wayne.
Yeah, it's like movie cowboys. That's really what he's talking about.
Yeah.
Well, because actual cowboys aren't like gunslingers and fighters and stuff. They're just literally people who just ate dust and rode around behind cattle.
Yes, that's true. I gotta give a shout out to Evan Carlson. And this kind of talk makes me have 1 on the 1 to 4 soft hard scale. Oh, that's too fucking good. Yeah, I just guys, I'm not pointing out the man's. Well, we often point out people's dress. Let's be real. But for a guy who wants to be uber manly, the necklace with the open button, that's a little zesty. I'm just saying it. I'm just calling it as it is. But anyway, yeah, he's talking about some bullshit, you know, whatever.
I like Hollyhock to comment. Oh, that's so sad. Men can't be taken care of and comforted. No wonder he's so weird.
Yeah, that is kind of sad when you think about it.
Something to that. It's like this deliberate rejection of emotional intelligence or just emotional support. And I don't know, that's like I kind of alluded to before. That's kind of the skill you learn when society gets soft, when we're not exposed to constant danger and threats and warfare and everything like that. You actually become, you're not getting soft and becoming useless. You're just becoming more effective in a different environment. And I think that's one thing they don't like is the vulnerability in that, or just,
I'm not going to be a fucking men's rights activist guy. Okay. But if you hear me out for 30 seconds, I think women would be surprised at how many men interpret their role of manlyhood as being, I should never be emotional or display emotions or even think about my emotions, like the wall of separation there. Obviously that happens with women too, right? But there is a cultural sort of stigma against men displaying or even processing emotions of any like real kind. And that fucking sucks. And you know what, this guy's shit is a product of that for sure. But anyway.
Well, I think it's a product of it, but I think it also encourages it, because I don't think it's necessarily a men's right thing. I don't think men are victims of this. Honestly, I think it's almost like a shortcut in your thinking. It's easier to sit there and thinking things in terms of like, I just need to man up and be a cowboy. And this all just reeks of like somebody who sits there and fantasizing about settling all their issues with karate fights. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, 100%.
It's easier to go to that idealization of yourself as this manly man and bottle everything up than to confront all that stuff. And I think individual men and men as a body, they're the ones that do that to themselves because there's immediate gratification to it. I don't think anybody else imposes that on us. So that's where I agree with you, but I don't think this is like, I think you can clearly differentiate that from a men's rights thing where, say, for example, you think women are causing this or whatever they think. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. It's definitely a men perpetuating men thing. I mean, you know, well, women perpetuate the patriarchy in other ways too. I don't know. The point is, I'm not trying to make this a thing about any of that. I'm just saying, this guy's ideas suck, and it's not just him that sucks. There is a culture of toxic masculinity, right? That you know, perpetuates this. But anyway, I want to point out annoying newsletters comments who's saying man's hardness scale goes from, oh, it's Mo's. Yeah, obviously it's Mo's. Mo's hardness scale goes from 1 talc to 10 diamond, definitely 2 gypsum. Hearing him, which is pretty good. Also, I love the Magneton you know, profile pic. Definitely a choice Pokemon. Gotta tell you. Anyway, we're almost out of time here, but maybe we'll just go a little bit longer.
And they don't live by the creed of St. Paul that asserts love doesn't take offense. Their biggest risk is trying something new at Starbucks. I admit,
Like iced coffee?
my wife's got me hooked on that 1 o'clock ice cold Starbucks. Their epitaph will.
So let's talk about that. In the interview, he was talking about his wife getting him Starbucks, right? And here he's making a joke about how men's challenges are just getting a new flavor at Starbucks. And then he talks about getting a drink at Starbucks. So, like, is he saying he's not a real man? It's so confusing. He will not further elaborate on this, by the way. I've watched the rest of this.
So, you know, drinking Starbucks itself doesn't automatically make you not a man. It's just that, you know, boys these days never have anything else to worry about. That I don't know. Who cares?
But isn't it how fucking silly is it that you have to make a joke about Starbucks because you're so fucking insecure about your wife getting you a fucking coffee drink that you like? Because it's like, it's seen as not a manly thing. Like, who gives a fucking shit, bud? Enjoy your fucking Starbucks. I don't give a fuck. But
well, and just sorry, go ahead.
No, it's just why bring that up? Why bring it up unless you're insecure about it, right? I don't know. It's very strange. Anyway,
I mean, just look at the history of look at the history of like food advertising or food marketing in this country. Like none of that has changed. It's all marketing like options and fancy flavors of things and stuff like that. This is as old as time. Starbucks isn't a new thing. It's just a different product.
Yeah.
And it's just the most pathetic thing where from the beginning of history, everybody thinks kids these days are some way or men these days are some way. It's just stupid.
Yeah, I agree. Annoying newsletters also is another comment. Men's rights advocates tend to be self-loving bisexual men who could solve literally all their problems by dating or at least banging each other. I mean, I don't know. I don't know, but I don't know if that's true, but I like that idea.
Yeah.
Pretty funny.
All right. You want to play a little bit more?
Yeah, just a little bit more, I think.
Reed died at age 18, buried at age 80. At best, they're only nice guys. Doesn't that make you throw up?
Yeah.
But they're far from being good men.
What's wrong with being a nice guy, huh? I guess nice guys finish last. That's his take.
Well, it's okay to be a
It is
nice guy as long as you've also shot someone in the face.
Right. Yeah. That's what's really important is that you're ready for battle at your fucking tax preparation company, you know?
Only when a boy faces adversity and accepts kuleana, as we say in Hawaii, responsibility for himself and others, that a boy grows to be a man. I love John Wayne. My wife and I, during COVID, we watched all of those great Westerns, a lot of them written by Louis L'Amour. John Wayne said in the movie McClintock, to be a gentleman, you first have to be a man. And you see these boys standing up and taking offense at everything, thinking that they're, I guess they call them virtue signalers, but they're not gentlemen. They're not even men. These historical Christian.
That's what you're doing, bitch. You're whining about other people. Shut the fuck up.
tell this guy a single Donald Trump joke, or play Life of Brian for him.
Yeah, make a joke about abortion.
Yeah,
see how he feels about that. Yeah. 100%. Yeah, fuck this guy. Anyway, that's probably all that we have time for right now. But culture war bullshit. What was that?
We have wait, where did Hawaii come from? So that's something that we would have gotten into more. He lives in Hawaii, and that's one thing that really bugged me is he milked co-opting the whole Hawaiian language and Hawaiian culture in a way that I found just really gross. He tried to use the language of it and talked about what aloha was and stuff like that for just this disgusting cowboy thing that I think misses the whole point and vibe of Hawaiian culture as I understand it.
Yeah, I think he grew up in Hawaii and he still lives there, but like he's obviously not fucking native. Like that's just kind of,
Yeah, the history of white people in Hawaii is just famously chill. So
right, yeah, no, it's nothing but cool stuff. But anyway, yeah, that's some more Bear Woznick, aka Wolf Nake. No, I guess Wolf Nake is a separate character that we've come up with. He's yet to make it. Are you Wolf Nake right now with the hat? Is that it? I don't know. I just really like Wolf Nake.
I'm Zod. Take your best guess.
Zod, take your best guess, huh?
Write your own headcanon about Prophetess.
Okay, I like that. We got a quick $5 from Angelfish8219 who says, for the wonderfully professional take one start to the stream. Thank you guys. We never make mistakes. We are in fact perfect. And by we I mean me. Because I'm obviously never the source of any streaming difficulties. So
yeah, Dan fell out of the stream, and next thing you know, there's a hat on my head for the rest of it.
Yeah, I really want to know if I accidentally fucking fat fingered the end stream button on my phone.
Yeah,
well, I must have, but oh well. Whatever.
I don't want to get into a blame game, but my fingers were literally touching nothing. I was just sitting here, and all of a sudden,
I hear you.
So
I probably
could have been
up.
Spontaneous, but
I'm sorry. And I was moving some clothes. I must have unplugged my fucking cord, and that started the whole issues. Anyway, who cares? Whatever.
It was an adventure. I wouldn't change anything because then we'd be different people.
John Wayne has a quote about this. He says, if at first you don't stream again. He said that in the movie Kill All Non-White People. Yeah, that was a big one in his career. You know about that one?
Talking about John Wayne?
Yeah, John Wayne. Did I not say John Wayne?
Oh, I think you did. I think I lost track for a second.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Sorry.
I don't know that he wanted to kill all non-white people, mainly just American Indians.
All I know is he did an interview with Playboy magazine where he said he was a white supremacist. And wow,
yeah. He's
okay.
Watch a movie. I think it's called Real Engine. It's No, it's a documentary. Let me see. Make sure I'm getting
Man of the Spice Case says, yeah, prophecy, bitch. Which is great. Which kind of, I guess I'm sort of the Jesse Pinkman right now. So I think that's more me. And then you would say something else. I don't know. We'll work
it's Real Engine. If you have a chance to watch it, and I'd suggest this to everybody in the chat, watch it. It's a documentary about how Native Americans were portrayed in like movies and stuff like that, and how it's affected the way they feel about themselves and the way they're postured within culture. So,
I'm sorry. I do want to check out the movie, but I really like Zod Meridian. That shit sounds that's a good one. Thank you, Manter, coming up with some bangers. And another $5 from Angelfish, who says it was all a ploy by the fedora to get on the stream. I also like this idea. I like the idea that the fedora is sort of controlling you.
It's like that little hat. And what was that cartoon with the time
that?
travel and stuff?
I don't know which one.
Oh,
Feels
Meet
like
the
Odd
Robinsons.
Job.
Meet the
Oh,
Robinsons, where there was the little hat that actually was controlling the bad guy the whole time.
Oh yeah, yeah. Wow, you remember more about Meet the Robinsons than I do. That's crazy. That's kind of a banger of a movie.
My kid just viewed it for a while, so I watched it a few times. So
Nice.
Anyway,
what's our sign off for today? What do we say? John Wayne sucks. You know,
that goes without saying.
Yeah.
I would never wish hell on anybody, but if I did, he'd probably be one of them.
How about if you want to get Starbucks, just fucking do it, and don't be a little bitch about it. How about that?
Okay. My final thought is, our show isn't perfect in terms of quality. Be hard. Okay,
Be
there
hard.
we go.
That's a good one, misinterpretations. Thank you.
Our show isn't perfect in quality. We have our little flubs and everything, and we just sit around and chill and enjoy ourselves. And I hope you enjoy along with us. And this is mostly to Dan, but also maybe to our audience. If you're ever feeling bad about the quality of this show, or just wonder if we don't measure up, just turn on the Rome Boys and watch them for a good solid minute, and that really puts things into perspective.
Hell yeah.
That's my final thought.
That's good. Here's one more, I think.
DH
Personal says, where have all the podcasters gone? And I want to end it with that. I think that's a good one. Folks, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
And by the way, I think some people were asking, I'm not doing Tell Me Why tonight. I'm a little tired and worn out, and I just need a break.
Where have all the gamers? Where have all the Let's Players gone? Uh-oh.
I did it last night. I'll do it at some point next week. So anyway, have a good night, everybody.
Hat telling you not to. Anyway, sorry. That's it.
Stay hard. Stay hard, everybody.
Stay hard, everybody.
Hard time deserves tough, and then the men and
hard times.
Voy a cantar esta canción con mucho cariño de mi corazón a la República Dominicana, la casa del merengue y la casa de la bachata. Voy a cantar esta canción con mucho cariño de mi corazón a la República Dominicana, la casa del merengue y la casa de la bachata. La casa del merengue, la y la casa de la bachata.